Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I apologize for not being here for a while. This is just a quick little prediction video of mine because I wanted something to put back out there. I will no longer be making any promises like, oh, I'm gonna post this many videos or something because there's something that always gets in the way and then I just end up not doing anything. So yeah, let's just get into the prediction video. RLCS Spring Major Boston prediction because this is gonna be fun. I just gotta make sure that it is showing. Yes, it is. Alrighty. So, as you guys know, for people who do watch Rocket League, Adam Core does make these spreadsheets. So props to them, of course. So my opinions here will be absolutely terrible, but you know what? I don't really care. These are my opinions, so go away. So for Vitality, 3-0. Obviously, Zen's probably going to perform really well during this major. Well, we'll find out. Complexity, Team Liquid, no matter what happens here, it's going to be a close game. Uh, I'm probably going to favor Complexity here because Team Liquid has not been looking the greatest round ones. They've had easy round ones, and they've been winning them convincingly, but they haven't looked the greatest. Genji versus BDS. I don't know what's gonna happen here. BDS hasn't been playing the greatest. Well, they've been playing really good recently, but I don't know how they're gonna perform at a major. I have faith in them, but I think Genji does overperform compared to what they do at the regionals. So I think Genji might win this. I think this match will honestly go either way. I think it will go game 5, and I think Genji might win in it. I don't know. Rule 1 versus Crew, I'm going to give it to Rule 1. Crew's good. I just think Rule 1's probably going to win it. Space Station versus Power, this honestly shouldn't be a struggle for Space Station. They've been looking really good recently, and I'm shocked that they didn't win against Furia today. Well, yesterday, I guess. Um, K Corp versus Ground Zero. This is going to be my first upset. Now, hear me out. I'm going to be 100% honest. K Corp has been looking terrible round one. Like, awful. Against Solary, they went 3-2 when they should have been 3-0. Against Devil Fruit, they went 3-1, but each match was like really close. But the first match was 3-0 in favor of Devil Fruit. The second match was 7-1 in favor of K Corp. And rounds 3 and 4 were like long overtimes. Like, K Corp has not been looking good, and then the one before that, I forgot who they were facing, but every game was within 1 point. So like it's just K Corp has not looked good during game ones, and I don't see them like if they continue that trend, I just cannot see them winning against Ground Zero because the Ground Zero is a really good team. Fury versus Moist, yeah, this isn't even a challenge for Furia. Fury's been looking really good. Moist is a mediocre team in my opinion. Honestly, in my opinion, between EU and NA, I think NA is a lot stronger of a region as a whole. But like EU has like some really good teams. Like their top teams are like top teams. But like once you get to like their fifth spot and like below, like it's just I wouldn't really say anyone else is really good. While NA is like their top teams are like really good. V1 G2 throws on like majors and worlds, but like they are a good team otherwise. Optic, SSG, Furia, Complexity, Gen G, Phase, like Koi, like there's good teams in there. Shopify, like I just I think NA is a better region. But besides the point, 3-0. Optic versus Ninjas in Pajamas. I'll give this to Optic, but close. because Ninjas in Pajamas has not been looking great recently. They should have been doing a lot better. I'm gonna do this in like the ways that like the day should be scheduled. So vitality, complexity. I think this could go either way. I see it being more in terms of vitality's favor. Genji versus Rule One. I'm gonna give it to Genji in 4. Space Station versus Ground Zero. Again, this I don't see this being really difficult. Maybe 1. Fury versus Optic. I'm gonna give it to Optic because Optic has been looking better than Furia recently, and Furia loses against Optic more than Optic loses against Furia. So that's what I see. Team Liquid should have an easy time with Elevate, but again, we haven't seen them on Major, so they could be really good. I don't see it happening. BDS and Karoo. Now, BDS is a good team. I think Karoo is a really good team too. I think this could go either way, but I'm gonna give it to BDS. I'm gonna give it to BDS. Carmine Corp versus Power. Now this is when I think K Corp's gonna be doing really good because like after round one, they typically do like really good afterwards. But like their round ones are just bad. So like I'll do 3-1. Moist Ninjas and Pajamas. Yeah, I think Moist is going out round one. Like don't don't see anything else happening there. Team Liquid versus Furia. I'm gonna give it to Team Liquid in 5. I think it's gonna be a really close match. I think it could go either way. I am hoping for Furia to lose here because if we do get that 4th NA spot, then that does guarantee V1 to make it. But Furia does sadly have to not make it for that, which means they have to lose day 1. Or Optic. Either Optic or Furia has to lose day 1. Ground Zero versus BDS. I'm gonna give this to Ground Zero. I really like Ground Zero's team. Like I think they're an excellent team. So I'm gonna give it to them. BDS, I can see them like making it far in this tournament, but like I I like Ground Zero. I don't I don't know what else to say. Carmine Corp versus Rule One. Maybe we see another Team Falcons incident here where Mina, like whenever they send a new person there, they do like really good, and then like when they reach Worlds, then they're just gonna do really bad. So I think I'm gonna give it to Rule One. Do I don't want to give it to Rule One though, because Carmine Corp's such a good team. They have Vitira, Itachi, and Exotic. Rule One, this is their first ever major, but at the same time, Falcons during their first ever major did really well, and they won the whole thing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Complexity Ninjas in Pajamas. Complexity did not look good whenever they went to the lower bracket. I'm thinking I give it to Complexity. I mean Ninjas in Pajamas. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Team Liquid versus Ground Zero. I'm gonna do 3-2. Ninjas in Pajamas. I'm gonna give them to them. Vitality versus Genji. I think this is going to be Vitality convincingly, and because Space Station has they're consistently beating Optic, and it's like never really going to like Game 7. I'm gonna give it to them in 6. Um, then Genji versus Team Liquid. I'm gonna give it to Genji because I think their play style like really does do wonders against the EU. Optic versus Ninjas Pajamas. I'm gonna say Optic in 6. Um, Optic versus Genji. I think I like Optic here. I do. I like Optic. I'm gonna give this to Space Station. 7. I do think that Team Vitality will bounce back in 7. And then I think Team Vitality will get the bracket reset. But typically, when people get the bracket reset, then they get destroyed in the next match. So I'm going to go 4-1. What would that leave us with? So what would happen here? Would there need to be a tiebreaker then? Because if I instead give this match to them, then V1's there, which makes sense. Yeah, I like that result more. But that's, of course, because I want to see V1 here. And if we do see that, we see ninjas in pajamas there, which is really cool. We see Vitality there. Yeah, I think I prefer this. We see Moist G2, Oxygen. These are the two teams I want to see go out, like, immediately. I don't like G2. I think they 100% threw Worlds. Like, they played good against FaZe, and then they threw against BDS. Like, that's how I think, like, BDS, I didn't like BDS, like, whatsoever. I respect them now, but I hated BDS before because I think they only won Worlds because every team they went against just threw against them. Like, K Corp, that was reasonable that they beat them. Like, neither team was really good then. But then they went against Furia, and Furia 100% threw after playing an amazing game against Moist. Like, Furia should have won that match. And then BDS then played against G2, which they also threw to win. I hated BDS then, but how BDS is looking now, they're looking like a really solid team, and I do really like them now because of that fact. They look like a team that should have won Worlds. Like back then, they should not have won Worlds, and I will stick by that. Like I'm still salty they won Worlds. I would have hated if G2 won Worlds. I hated both teams. G2 throws way too often. Yeah, but that's my predictions. If you have any critiques, then you critique. I don't really care. I think all of these are fair. The only thing that I really see people complaining about is this match right here and this match right here. Otherwise, I think this is pretty fair. Oh, and this one. Yeah, these three. Otherwise, I think the rest are fair. Like, the only one that I would say maybe isn't fair is SG beating Vitality, but, like, SSG is looking good. Like, they are looking unnecessarily good right now, and, like, I don't know. Do I think they can win this major? Maybe, but we have yet to see Vitality really play at a major, and SG is known to be a LAN team. So, like, considering how good they're looking now, they're a LAN team. I have trust in them. But that is my opinion. I think the main contenders of who's gonna win it all is SG and Vitality. Those are the only two teams I really see winning this whole thing. Otherwise, I don't really see anyone else winning. I think it's either Vitality or SG. Like, that's just made up. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I do apologize for like constantly like going back and forth between like being consistent and not being consistent. I'll try to be a little bit more consistent now. I'm not gonna make any promises, and I will have a trailer for the movie because I'm gonna make a trailer and then I'm gonna post the movie because I probably want to put some time in between than just posting it. It's just makes my life easier. No, it doesn't, because then I have to edit a whole ass trailer, and that's not gonna be too fun. But I want to see what happens. I want to see if more people watch it then, or if less people watch it. It's just basically my own. Uh, it's my own experiment. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I can't wait to watch this major on the 6th. I believe it starts. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.